video, we are going to do some numerical questions from oscillator session. So we have done a video on the theory or the formula revision of oscillators, in which we have discussed about the most important type of oscillators. Here we are going to do some numerical questions. Okay. So the question is the value of C required for sinusoidal oscillations of frequency 1 kilohertz. So the frequency of operation is given to you. You need to find what is the value of C. So these are two C's. You have to find what is the value of C. Now, if you look at this figure, you can connect this figure with some of the oscillators which we have studied. Right. The figure looks similar, but you just have to rearrange it. Okay. This is nothing but a Wien bridge oscillator. Okay. So the given figure is a Wien bridge oscillator. I'll project the image of a Wien bridge oscillator. In that, you can see the figures which we usually see, but here it is given in a little bit different way. So just for you to confusing you. Okay. So this is a Wien bridge oscillator, and in a Wien bridge oscillator, this is R1, this is C1, this is R2, and this is C2. Okay. So a band is having R1, C1, R2, C2. This is R3 and R4. Okay. So that is the connection. Now, here, the frequency of operation is given by F equal to 1 by 2 pi square root of R1, C1, R2, C2 is the equation. But when R1 equal to R2 and C1 equal to C2, then the equation is changed as F equal to 1 by 2 pi RC. Just put R here and C here. In place of C1 and C2, put C. Here, put R. So, you'll be getting 1 by 2 pi RC. In this equation, you have to substitute the given values. Because in the figure, in the question, you can see that R2 is 1K, R1 is 1K. So, R1 is equal to R2. And also, both the capacitors are given or denoted as C. So, they are identical. So, in this equation, so this is our equation. And this equation, we have to use and we have to put the values for F, R, and also 2 pi we have to put. So, then we'll be getting our C. Okay, so I'm going to do it. So, F is 1 kilohertz or 1 into 10 raised to 3 hertz is equal to 1 by 2 into pi into R is 1K and 1K. So, it is 1K, 10 raised to 3 into C. Right. So, you'll be getting C is equal to 1 by 2 pi into 10 raised to 3 into 10 raised to 3, 10 raised to 6. Right. You can take this as 10 raised to minus 6 in the numerator, or you can put it as microfarads. Okay. Microfarad. The value obtaining is 1 by 2 pi microfarad is the value of your capacitor. Okay. So, the C or C1 equal to C2 is equal to C1 equal to C2 is equal to C is equal to 1 by 2 pi microfarads. This is the answer. Let's determine the resonant frequency of this circuit. This is again an oscillator. And first your task is to identify what type of oscillator is this. Only then you can apply the resonant frequency equation and then you can solve, right? So this is a Hartley oscillator, okay? So the oscillator given here is a Hartley oscillator. We have also discussed about this in the video of oscillators. And the equation for finding the resonant frequency FR equal to 1 by 2 pi square root of LT into C. You can see there is a series combination of two inductors here. So this is the LC circuit, or this is the feedback circuit. This is the amplifier circuit. So we know that an oscillator is actually an amplifier with a feedback connection. Okay, so here it is not RC, it is a LC circuit, L and C. So it is a LC circuit and this is an amplifier session. So this will act as a feedback circuit. And the equation for finding the resonant frequency is FR is equal to 1 by 2 pi into square root of LT into C. Here LT is the equivalent of these two inductors. The inductors are connected in series. So the equivalence is L1 plus L2. that is 50 millihenry plus 10 millihenry, which is equal to 60 millihenry. Now we have to substitute this LT here. C is directly given. It is, that is from the figure you have to take it. Okay. C is 200 picofarad. You have to substitute that also. Then you'll be obtaining your resonant frequency. Okay. So I'm going to substitute here. So there is nothing you have to do with this above amplifier session. You only have this equation to find the resonant frequency, where you need the values for the inductors and also the capacitors. Okay. Or the capacitor, not capacitors, only one capacitor is there. Okay. So I'm going to now substitute the values in this equation, and then I'll be obtaining FR is equal to 1 by 2 pi square root of 60 millihenry it is. So 60 into 10 raised to minus 3 into 200 picofarad, 200 into 10 raised to minus 12. Okay. So you'll be getting 1 by 2 pi square root of 6 into 2 is 12 into 10 raised to 3 into 10 raised to minus 3 into 10 raised to minus 12. So this 10 raised to minus 3 and plus 3 get cancelled. So we'll be getting this as remaining 1 by 2 pi into square root of, that is 1 by 2 pi square root of 12 into 10 raised to minus 12. Okay, that is 1 by 2 pi square root of 12 into square root of 10 raised to minus 12 is 10 raised to minus 6, right? So it is 10 raised to minus 6, and if you take this to the numerator, it is 10 raised to 6. So you'll be getting 10 raised to 6 by 2 pi into square root of 12. And if you solve it, you'll be getting the value approximately equal to 45.9 kilohertz it is. Okay. So this is the resonant frequency of this particular oscillator. Okay. So this is actually a very simple question. You only need to identify the type of oscillator given. From the circuit, you should be identifying what type of oscillator it is. It is a Hartley oscillator. So you have to apply the equation for finding the resonant frequency of the Hartley oscillator. All the values are given in the figure. So you can directly from the figure take the values and find the resonant frequency. It is 45.9 kilohertz. The next question is a little bit tricky question, but it is very easy to solve. Okay. 3 amplifiers, each of gain A0 by 2 and producing a phase of 60 degree, are connected in tandem. The feedback loop is closed through a positive gain of 0.008. What should be the A0 for the system to be oscillatory? Okay, so there are two things you need to understand from this question. One thing is that we are going to connect 3 amplifiers, not just single amplifier, but 3 amplifiers together with a feedback. Okay, so we know that for the case of an amplifier, for the case of an oscillator, there is an amplifier circuit and there is a feedback factor or a feedback circuit. And this feedback is connected through a positive feedback, only then oscillations will be sustained. Okay, so there is anyway an amplifier and a feedback circuitry. But here 3 amplifiers are connected. Okay, so in case of a single amplifier, instead we are going to connect 3 amplifiers together. That is like this. Then again there should be a feedback circuitry. Only then oscillations will be produced, right? So these 3 amplifiers are connected together and each of these amplifiers are having a gain of A0 by 2, A0 by 2 and A0 by 2, right? Then the feedback loop is connected through a positive gain of 0.008. The gain of the feedback loop means the feedback factor beta equal to 0.008. Right. Now, what should be A0? We don't know A0. We have to find what is A0. Now, how to do such a question? This is a little bit tricky question. See, if 3 amplifiers are connected together for an oscillator's amplifier session, and if the gain are A1, A2 and A3, the overall gain of this amplifier section of the oscillator is total gain A total equal to A1 into A2 into A3. That is, it will be the product. So generally, when we want to find the overall gain, we'll take the product of individual gains, right? So that is the concept. Here also we'll be taking the individual gain products to get the overall gain. Okay. So I hope it is clear. So first we are going to do that. So for this circuit, we have A total. That is, total gain of amplifier section is A0 by 2 into A0 by 2 into A0 by 2. Right. Now, it will be equal to A0 cube by 2 into 2 is 8. So this is the total gain of this circuit. Now, the feedback factor beta equal to 0.008. Right. So we have two things. We have the total gain of the amplifier section, and also we have the feedback factor. Now, how to check or how to find the value of A0? The trick or the concept is given in the last statement. What should be the value for A0, or what should be the A0 for the system to be oscillatory? That is the first thing we study in oscillators, the Barkhausen criteria, which we have also discussed while doing the oscillator video. I would suggest you surely for watching that video, because I have explained a lot of things in that video. That is a video on oscillators. We have discussed about Colpitts oscillator, Clap oscillator, Hartley oscillator, Weinbridge oscillator, RC phase shift oscillator. So please do watch that video. Okay. Now, for a system to be oscillatory, the condition is Barkhausen criteria, that is A beta should be equal to, actually it is greater than or equal to, but we'll take A beta equal to 1. Now here A is the overall gain amplifier of the amplifier station, beta is a feedback factor. We have both the things. So we have to equate with 1. So we'll put A0 cube by 8 into beta is 0.008 equal to 1. And if you solve it, you'll be getting A0 cube equal to 1000 or A0 equal to 10. Okay. So the value of A0 is obtained as 10. I really hope that you understood the concept of doing this question. The next question is again from Weinbridge section. Here the figure of Weinbridge is exactly given to you. Okay, so one thing is missing here. There is a plus VCC and minus V, which is not really relevant for the numerical, but it is relevant for the figure. Okay, so this is the Weinbridge oscillator. So in the first question, this figure was actually rearranged in some other way, in the correct form only, but it was rearranged to actually confuse you. Okay, so the question here is calculate the value of C1 equal to C2. Here again C1 is equal to C2. For the Weinbridge oscillator to operate at a frequency of 20 kilohertz, frequency of operation is again given to you. Assume R1 equal to R2 equal to 50 kilohertz and R3 equal to 3, R4 is equal to 600 ohms. Okay, so for finding the value of C1 is equal to C2, you don't need R3 and R4. You only need the values for R1, R2 and R3, sorry, R1, R2, C1 and C2. So this is the R1, R2 connection. R1 C1 connection, which is series. R2 C2 is in parallel. Okay. So just recall the figure in the first question. You will now now understand how the figure was actually redrawn. Okay. So we'll directly apply the equation for the frequency of operation. F is equal to 1 by 2 pi RC. It is directly given because you know R1 and R2 is same, C1 and C2 is equal to same. So F is 20 kilo, means 20 into 10 raised to 3 is equal to 1 by 2 pi into R is 50k. So 50 into 10 raised to 3. I hope you cannot see. Okay, I'll write it above, or I will write it here. Okay. I hope here you can see. Okay, so 20 into 10 raised to 3 is equal to 1 by 2 pi into 50. I'm going to substitute the value of R. 50 into 10 raised to 3 because it is 50k. See here, it is 50k. then into C. C1 is equal to C2. So you can take it as C1 equal to C2 equal to C. Okay. See, once you start doing these oscillator questions and once you just understand the oscillator figure and concepts, it is very easy for you. Okay. I was also facing a lot of troubles understanding these numericals and everything. But once I started studying first the formula revision and the concept, the core concept, not very detailed working and everything. In order to answer numericals, you don't need all those things, but you need only the core concepts. Exactly speaking, the formulas. Okay. And the concept, the working should be familiar to you. Okay. So we are going to find the value of C here. C is equal to 1 by 2 pi into 50 into 20 into 10 raised to 3 into 10 raised to 3 is 10 raised to 6. Okay. Into 10 raised to 6 it is. Okay. And when you solve it, you will be getting the value is equal to, I'm going to directly write the value. I'm leaving the numerical section to you. It is, I'll write it here. Okay. It is 159 picofarads, or it is 159 into 10 raised to minus 12 farads is the value of C obtaining. Okay. So C is 159 picofarad or 159 into 10 raised to minus 12 farads. Okay. So these are the 4 questions which I have included in this video. If you want me to do more videos or more numerical videos on oscillators, I'll be doing it. But please do mention in the comment section. Only then I'll be knowing that you require more numericals. Okay. So anyway, I really hope that you understood some of the concepts of doing this numerical of oscillators. Numericals are very important, not just theories. Theory is important. Numericals are also very important, especially for competitive examinations. You cannot really find a lot of theories. You'll be finding numericals, okay? Especially for GATE and ISRO exams, you have to answer these numerical questions. So if you found it useful, please do give it a thumbs up and also share these videos maximum. A lot of people are still not aware about our channel. Please do try to spread the channel in your friend circle likewise. Okay. So that will be help for growing the channel. Okay. So please do share with friends also. And if you want more videos, please do subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching and keep on watching.